is Russ. Hey, we're back out on the road again. Wow. How long's it been? It's been a while, I'll tell you that. Well, it's been since last year. Yeah. So now a lot of things have happened between that time, as you know. A lot of coughing, a lot of sickness, diabetes, high blood pressure. Yep, a lot of stuff has happened in that time. So I decided I was going to take a bike out today because the weather is currently about 45 degrees right now. It's not my ideal. My ideal would be 50 degrees and higher, but I did bundle up. Which way should we go? Should we take the bike path? Let's take the bike path. Let's see if anybody calls us names or anything. I don't think there's that many people out on the bike path there. It's actually a bike and walk path. And as you know, I usually prefer to ride on the streets, but let's see what's out here. I haven't been out here in a while. So what am I riding today? Yeah, let's angle down a little bit here. This is the Magicycle Deer 20. Yeah, step through, aka Deer Mini. I don't know if they'll ever get rid of that name. A lot of us know it as the Deer Mini because that's what they called it initially, but then they changed the name to the Deer 20 because it really is the same as the Deer, but a 20-inch version of it as far as the tires are concerned versus the 26-inch version of it. I had a couple of people ask me, you know, between the 26 and the 20, which one should I get? Well, the 20 is more nimble because it's a smaller wheel size. You can maneuver a lot easier on the 20. The 26, though, goes over bumps a lot nicer. Yeah, because it's a bigger tire, right? It's just a smoother ride sometimes. But as you know, these bikes both have suspension in the front and the back. So you get a nice ride anyway, regardless of whichever one that you buy. So why did I pick this one? Well, this one was the easiest one to grab because it was the one closest to the door. So what did I do to get ready for this ride today? Well, I charged up the battery the night before. I had brought most of these batteries down to around a 70% or so level. It was down to about 60 or something like that. So I brought it up to 100%. Knowing full well I was not going to ride this that long because I know it's a little too cold for me. So, but I did bring it to 100% in case I needed it, right? And then I also checked the tire pressure. I usually put in 20 pounds of pressure on most of my my fat tire bikes, and so I checked it, and it was at 12 pounds. So over that time, it had lost a little bit of air, which is very common for bicycle tires over time. Yeah, it's not like you have a leak or anything like that. Well, technically you have a leak, but it's not like it's punctured leak or anything. It just will naturally lose air over time. So I brought it back to 20 pounds of pressure. Put on a cell phone mount. The cell phone mount I kind of jump sometimes from bike to bike. I don't have cell phone mounts for every single bike, so I just kind of moved them to the next bike if I need it. Yeah, the bike got a little dusty, I'll tell you that. Got a little dusty while I've been sitting in the house. I dusted off a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to sniffle while we're going here. Now, you guys know that I told you I was going to pedal a little bit more this year. I will try, but I know that I can't do it. Thank you. I know I can't do it constantly. The lake is still frozen over on our left. So, so I've been on the recumbent bike at home, trying to get some exercise in due to health issues, of course. And So I've been pedaling on that thing, but you know, there's nothing like being out. Now, I don't have my sunglasses on, and I don't have my regular glasses on either. As you know, my eyesight has changed a little bit due to the diabetes. I hope that it will go back to where it was, or better. That would be even better. But the weird part is I can, you know, I'm nearsighted, which means seeing far is usually not as good. I could actually see better without my glasses at a distance now than I can with it. So you might think, well, that's an improvement. Well, yeah, technically it is an improvement in that sense, but it's not like I see clearly on every part of the far distance, just certain parts. So I guess to a certain point, and then after that, then it doesn't look too good again. But the near field is not that great. There was a time when the near field was pretty blurry. I couldn't see anything with the glasses on, and then with the glasses off, I couldn't see anything either very clearly. So I bought myself some reading glasses as recommended by you guys. I ended up returning that because my eyesight is getting better again. And I think that's because the diabetes is getting a little bit better, and I was told that don't go and get new prescriptions because it could change right back to where it was, and I think it might be heading that way because my diabetes is getting better under control now. So I'm riding without glasses and without sunglasses. My sunglasses are typically prescription sunglasses, so even putting the sunglasses on would kind of make me a little bit little fuzzy looking. No, it's not fuzzy. I don't know what to call it. You feel a little dizzy with it on because if your prescriptions are wrong and you put on some glasses, you know, you can tell it's not right because it gives you a little dizziness, right? Because of that. So anyway, so I'm kind of pedaling some and pedaling not some, and just throttling some as well. How am I decked out? Well, I don't have the safety vests on. I'm just wearing an all black winter jacket, and I have my gloves on, you know, full finger gloves this time, of course, and the Ex-Nito helmet, which I always use, has the liner, which also has like air pads on it. So that's what's keeping me warm at this point. So looking around here, most of the snow is gone. I just saw a small little patch. Like, okay, here by this yellow sign, you can see a little white thing. That's still some snow hanging around. I think that happens because, you know, some of the snow gets piled up so high, you know, when they shovel and the like, that it takes a while for things to melt. You know, if you go to like a shopping center, you know, they pile up the snow in one corner of the parking lot. Well, those things will be a long time before those things will melt down. It's like a mountain of snow. But, you know, for people's homes and like, you can see most of the snow. It's pretty much gone at this point. And we had some heavy-duty snow happen in January, but that was about it. I mean, I don't know whether we'll get more snow or not, but still, this is not the ideal weather for us to be out. But I had the itch to get out, and I said, well, I don't know if it's going to get any better than this for a while, because I always look at the weather, and I could see a lot of times it's now been hovering around 30 degrees. You know, sometimes you might touch into the 40s. Well, this is about 45 degrees right now. Well, let's turn down this street. I don't know if we've ever gone down this street here. And I said, well, I got to get out there. Well, let's just see how things go. Now, will we be able to have a video on Saturday where we're out riding? It's a possibility. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be into the low 50s, like 52, 53. But it also showed either a lot of wind or even rain. So I said, if I don't go out today, I may not get a ride out at all. And then it's going to drop back into the 30s and maybe lower, who knows. So weather's been very strange this year, that's for sure. And it has held us up. Now, on the bike front, I told you guys that I had made arrangements with some of the manufacturers to take on some bikes for review. So I just recently committed to do a review of one of the new bikes that are coming out. I let them know that I would do it, and it's a new model. And so when they have it available, they'll ship me one. I told them to hold off as long as they can. I said, if you could wait until even like end of March, early April, that would be even better. Just in case, I don't know if I can get out there or not, so there's a lot of cars here. What's the deal? So that's what I thought. Oh, okay, there's a school here. Okay, we got to get off the street. I'm gonna move to another area here. People are picking up kids, so we're not gonna hang out here. I'm gonna go this way. Everyone's stopped because they're so jammed up with cars there. People are waiting to pick them up. So anyway, let's hope that they honor that request and hold it off a little bit. I know companies are anxious to get their bikes out there, especially if they got new models out. They want you to do the review and let people know that the bikes are available. But yeah, it's kind of hard here in the Chicago area. I mean, even like today, technically if I had a bike to review now, I could do it because I am outside, but I don't know how well I could do when I'm freezing to death. So I think if that bike happens to show up a little earlier than I prefer, I may do part of that review inside and then take the bike out to do the ride. Just kind of show the features out inside. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm outside or inside if I'm just talking about the features. At least I don't think it should matter that much, right? And then take the bike out to do the ride tests and everything. Because the specs are the specs, and that's not going to change no matter if I'm inside or outside. I don't know, I feel kind of funny about doing that. I think I may have done that to one bike before. I may end up doing that. We'll see. It depends on when it shows up. It depends on what the weather will be. So there you go. Now, other companies too have mentioned that they got some bikes that they want me to deal with, and I've said yes. When the time comes, we will deal with it then. Let's hope that they come back to me and say, yeah, we have it available for you. Some of them are companies we've worked with before, so that's okay. I think they'll be fine with that. They're good with that. So, all right, let's go down this way. So yeah, how am I doing for the pedaling? Well, I seem to be okay with it as long as I don't like make hard effort in pedaling. Like, in other words, if the pedal assist level is high enough so that I'm not pumping real hard where I'm totally out of breath, I'm okay doing it. But if you want the heavy duty exercise, and of course you want to put the effort in. But then I would sound terrible on these videos. I would be huffing and puffing and everything. I used to pedal on the way home after a video. I'd go a certain distance and then I'll sign off, and then I have a certain distance to get back home. I would pedal that time. But if I don't know if you can see the speedometer, but I'm doing about 17 miles an hour right now. But I think I need to do more pedaling for this coming year, just to give myself some exercise. Oh, there's a police car. He's probably heading off to get ready for schools to let out as well. I don't know what time it is. I can see my clock is off on this bike. It's not. It may be off by an hour, probably because of the daylight savings thing. I never changed it on this bike. So yeah, around this area, there's a lot of schools around here. schools for little kids, high schools, all sorts of stuff in this general area. So yeah, you gotta be a little careful, make sure everyone's safe out here. So anyway, it's good to be able to get out. That's all I can say. I'm just glad to be out and riding again. You know, doing the green screen videos, and we talked a little bit about green screening and the like. You know, that's also called chroma key, in case you want to be technical about it. Chroma key is green screening. Doing those videos, it's not the same thing. I mean, we see the video of me riding in the background. You know, that's an older ride. And then you just sit there and you talk. I mean, that's not the same as getting out and riding and talking. I actually prefer this format better. I think many of you guys do too. I mean, if you took myself off of the green screen thing, just watch me riding, it'd be kind of like what this video looks like. But, you know, you got real-time discussion, right, as I'm riding. So I can point things out or anything like that, whereas I can't really do that. Dogs are always trying to get me. Yeah, they're always trying to get me. Yeah, it's not the same thing as that, being out and riding, so I prefer this. So let's see, our percentage is down to 82% right now from the 100% battery power. I'm not sure, but I think sometimes, you know, when batteries have been dormant for a little bit and then you charge it up to 100% and use it, I think you have to do it a couple times for the battery to be primed, kind of. You get a little bit more distance out of things. So yeah, if you're out riding, I know some of you guys already are heading out already. You've mentioned it in the comments. You know, good for you. Some of you guys have gone out in really cold weather. You guys are brave. No, I've been babying myself because, you know, like I said, I've been sick, and there's no sense going out and freezing to death and catching another cold on top of all the others. So yeah, I'm avoiding as much as I can. But I think, you know, if you bundle up well enough, I have a sweatshirt underneath. I have this winter jacket on. I have my GoPro strapped around my winter jacket on the outside. I've got my digital audio recorder strapped to my waist. I've got the microphone attached to the helmet. So yeah, it's nice to be out. All right, we're just going around in circles, as you know. We're not doing anything special here. We're just going around neighborhoods. Yeah, dogs want to get me. Did you guys hear that one? That was a bigger dog. Yeah, they don't like bikes. Be careful when you're out there. You know, that dog was behind a fence. The little dog was yelping earlier. The owner had him on a longer leash. Yeah, be careful. You know, sometimes dog will chase you. I got chased once from a German Shepherd when I was a little kid. When I was like in 5th grade. So yeah, they like to chase bikes. All right, I don't know what the best thing to do for that. You know, you try to outrun them. Those dogs run pretty fast, you know. I mean, if they can't catch up to you, I guess you could try to outrun them because, you know, we can go pretty fast. This bike will do 28 miles an hour. I'd like to see a dog try to catch the bike at 28 miles an hour. Sometimes you need your speed, you know. All right. So anyway, the new bike that's coming, that's for sure coming because we've made agreements to do it. I think you'll like that one. Yeah. They might be wondering, you know, what's on it, Russ? What makes it so special? Because, you know, I don't take every bike. Does it have suspension? Does it have hydraulic brakes? Yeah, it has all that stuff. You know, the thing is, these bikes now have a lot more for the money than they did in the past. I mean, if you really want to look at what you're getting for the dollar now, you're getting a lot. I mean, just how long has it been? A little over 3 years ago when I first started with the e-bikes. You were lucky to get, your mechanical disc brakes, batteries that were around 14 to 15 amp hours at best, something like that. That's all changed. Now you're getting bigger batteries, you're getting hydraulic brakes, you might even get front and rear suspensions. It's crazy. I recently saw a video just on regular bikes, not on e-bikes. And the guy was talking about how it was going to be a tough year for them, 2024. I guess he was an owner, or maybe he works at a bike shop. And he was saying that it's going to be a tough year. I don't know how that would be for e-bikes. I would tend to think that maybe the same thing could happen for e-bikes too. I mean, because really, whether it's a non-e-bike or e-bike, it's still a bike. And so if they're suffering, I think we could be suffering. Now, they could be suffering because people are buying e-bikes and not buying their regular bikes. That's a possibility. But somehow something tells me that it might be a lean year for both industries. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this year. I mean, predictions we had when we were talking about what we thought would happen for this coming year. We said that, would they be highlighting more expensive bikes? Would they be highlighting entry-level bikes? I'm seeing it on both ends at this point. So this new bike that I have coming in is over $2,000. Not much over, but it is over $2,000. But it's got a lot of stuff on it. Okay, but there's also less expensive bikes from the company as well. So, and those are new. So I think we may see companies are going to be showing both types of bikes, trying to get somebody to buy something, right? And we've also seen reduction in prices of existing bikes. Well, that part doesn't 100% surprise me because, if you have a certain amount of inventory, you got to move it out, especially if you're introducing new product, you got to move out the old product somehow. I told you guys before, way in the past, I'm talking late 70s, early 80s, our family owned a stereo store. It was kind of the same thing. Every year new audio products came out, you got to move the old ones out somehow. And so the companies would give us incentives to buy the older product, and put a special on it in the store to move it out. Sometimes I liked that, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I thought, well, some of the products didn't move well in the first place, why would I buy more of it? But when the prices come down low enough, you start thinking, yeah, you know what, maybe that might not be a bad thing. So you buy closeouts and the like, get a lower price as a dealer, and then you sell it at a lower price. You still make a decent margin on it, and people get a certain value out of the lower price too. So hey, maybe they'll do the same with some of the bikes, right? And I think we've been seeing that. All right, I'm not gonna go on the main street over there. I'm gonna turn myself around here. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, I can come up over here to make my turn. I've done this before, where I've come through here and made a turn. It's a while ago. There you go. How's that? So how's the health doing? Well, you'll have to watch on Mondays. Remember I told you guys I have to stop here. You'll have to watch on Mondays, health updates on Mondays. I got a good health update on Monday for you, so be sure to watch that, because I've already seen the endocrinologist, so I'll give you an update, let you know what happened there. And then on Friday, I'm going to see the ophthalmologist. See what that doctor has to say. She'll probably say, hey, you need new glasses. I'm going to say, hey, forget it. Yeah, even the endocrinologist says, don't get new glasses because your vision will continually change as you're going through this. The hard part about it all is that, you know, if it changes, you know, how do I drive and how do I deal with everyday life? I mean, I'm not wearing my glasses. I need my glasses to drive, technically speaking. But at this point, I actually see better without my glasses. I always keep wondering, what if somebody stops me, a cop stops me for a traffic violation or something? Well, if you don't have your glasses on, that's another violation, right? But if I put it on, I'm actually going to be more dangerous driving than if I don't have it on. So how do you explain that one? It's a dilemma. It's almost kind of like, do I stop at stop signs or do I not stop at stop signs on the bike? It's the same kind of thing, you know? I'm safer not stopping sometimes. I told you guys that before. So what do you do? All right, I'm looking. I see the car there. He stopped. I stopped. So I'm going. Yeah, it's a dilemma. You know, sometimes you have to break the law a little bit, you know. But you know, like I told you guys before, and if you're new, you don't know this yet, but yeah, I've spoken to our local law enforcement. I asked them, you know, as a bike rider, and I told them what I do. You know, I slow down at stop signs. If nobody's there, I keep going. I asked him if he would ticket me, and he said no. He said, I look for intent. If your intention was to be safe, he says, no, you're safer to keep going. But he was a motorcycle cop, so he understands. All right. I don't know if other cops would understand. You know, they may not. So you gotta make decisions sometimes. All right. Anyways, I'm starting to get a little cold. We're at about 74% on our bike, so that's good. You know, when I put it away, we'll be back at around the 70% level once I get back home. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching and following along on the first ride out on 2024. There'll be more rides coming. I'm hoping I can do the same thing on Saturday. So if you're gonna watch Saturday's video, keep an eye out. Let's see if we actually get out there or not. If we don't, we'll be back on the green screen. It all depends on the weather, as we said. So, hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I appreciate you doing it. We're very close to the 18,000 mark at this point. I think we'll break the 18,000 mark in another month or so, maybe less than a month. Hey, I'll talk to you guys next time.